Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin our program in 5 minutes. If I could have your attention, we'll begin our 2023-24 Missouri Valley Conference Awards Banquet. And truthfully, it's one of my favorite nights of the year. I love this league. I've loved this league for 29 seasons. But one of the reasons I love this league is what I see on this night. Student athletes, outstanding skill, terrific teams. Wasn't that long ago, I guess I call it the America's Renaissance Conference. Well, America's Renaissance Conference had a Renaissance season. It was an outstanding year for the league. 9th in the net. Top 10 of all conferences in the country. 12 Quad 1 and Quad 2 wins. Our top 3 seeds in this tournament have a total of 72 wins. If you take the top 5, you're close to 100 wins. Plus 36. 36 games over 500 in the non-conference. That deserves a hand because all 12 teams were involved. And thank you, Indiana State, getting the Valley back into the top 25. But your veterans at your table know that just put a target on your back, right? But still, and victories, Northern Iowa blowing out Stanford, Southern Illinois beating Oklahoma State, Drake with a great win in the state of Nevada against a 24-win Nevada team. This night celebrates individuals, but it also celebrates teams. It celebrates one of the great postseason tournaments in the country. And for those of you who are having your first Arch Madness, you'll realize that you'll feel like you're an NCAA regional. Because 29 seasons ago, when I came to my first one, I felt exactly that. This is a unique experience, and you're all being highlighted. It is a 12-team collision. It's a 12-team connection. It's a 12-team Valley Nation.
In 1991, we turned a concept into reality. Since '95, this has been home in the Gateway City. And now, we're here to bring the madness to you.
This is a league where you can realize every one of your dreams. We've had pros, some of the best pros ever come from this league. Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four come from this league. The league is back, and you will see it center stage over the next several days. It's also a chance to showcase the lean and mean Valley staff. There isn't a whole lot of folks, but they work very hard for all 12 of the schools represented in this room. The other thing they do, nationally renowned for hosting NCAA events. This league has hosted both a men's Final Four and a women's Final Four, and they've hosted events in the NCAA tournament not only in this city but in others, including Kansas City. So we need to recognize those Valley staffers. If they could stand and just kind of wave a little bit, but they work hard for all of you in this room. But it doesn't happen without conference leadership. And this dude has brought a fresh and whole new approach. When you look at his national persona, he has been a pioneer in the areas of diversity, equity, inclusion from the administration level. But if you're a student athlete in this room or you're involved as undergraduate in your program, he sat in your chair. If you're an assistant coach in this room, he sat in your chair. If you're a head coach of the 12 in this room, he sat in your chair. If you're an administrator, he sits in your chair. And if you're a fan of college basketball and the Missouri Valley Conference, he also sits in your chair. He is uniquely qualified as the 10th commissioner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Please welcome Jeff Jackson. You can use that one, whatever you want. You're the commish, man. You can do whatever you want. Congratulations on an awesome year.
Well, congratulations to our student athletes, our coaches, our administrators, athletic and campus-wide. Part of the reason that the Valley has found this level of success is the type of commitment that these institutions make, especially to the sport of basketball.
But how big was it? I mean, I mentioned several things there, but how big was it to have this kind of surge back where the Valley's back on the radar?
It was great, and where it shows up is when we're having conversations, whether it was the ESPN or whether we're talking to the NCAA selection committee or we're talking to CBS. Any time that you can look at things and use them as promotional opportunities, the fact that these young men have been so successful over the last 6 or 7 months in their endeavors on the court, it just allows us to rise to a different level. And certainly it's a little bit of a zero-sum game. We're always competing against other conferences, and it's nice to have the kind of hand that we've been dealt this year.
But you're also on some momentum with commitment in partnerships and sponsorships. Just talk about what's happened here, because this has been kind of snapping together the continuation or some new endeavors.
Well, I think first and foremost, being able to reestablish our relationship with the Enterprise Center, knowing that we're going to have our tournament there for the next 3 to 5 years, the success that we've had in St. Louis. You know, the great thing about St. Louis is that it is the epicenter of our conference. Everybody here can get here without too much of a hassle. Everybody can just jump in their car. We'll have a whole bunch of fans walking up as their teams find success in the tournament this week. So first and foremost, being able to reestablish that. But, you know, whether it's our continued conversations with ESPN, whether it's some of the things that we've been able to do with new partners, especially State Farm, when you look at what they've been able to do for us, and John sitting here on our dais, and we are extremely grateful their support of the Missouri Valley Conference. Again, a lot of the credit goes to the people out here in this room in terms of the time and the effort and the energy that they put in.
I think we need to applaud the fact that we're going to be at Enterprise Center through the 29-30 year. Brother Mitchell, way to go there. I want to ask you too, it was earlier today, it was exciting because an announcement, I think it was Plato is quoted, what will be honored will be repeated. But a Great Southern's commitment.
No question.
Talk about that.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. They're sitting over here in the first row, and to come in and give the type of support that they've given to the Valley by putting their name on our 2 most prized trophies when it comes to the individual, the Jackie Stiles and the Larry Bird trophies. So we're extremely grateful for what they do, and they've signed with us for another couple years. So again, a lot of good things happening in the Valley.
And a final question has to deal with, I mean, we're not in a brand new world of college sports, we're in a brand new universe. Just the leadership from the conference level and the understanding of your institutions of surging ahead in a world that seems to change by the day.
Well, I think the most important thing that's made our lives easier is that we just have a great board. Our presidents and chancellors, anytime we're having a conversation, they understand that the first and the most important thing is the experience of our student athletes, that their lives are moving forward in a positive direction. So with that, as always, being our North Star in how we make our decisions, I think we're always going to be in great hands.
I think the league's in great hands. Please give another round of applause to the Commissioner of the Missouri Valley Conference, Jeff Jackson. For those of you who are new to the league, it might be a little history lesson here, the fact that this is the 34th Arch Madness here in St. Louis. It's the 30th year that we'll be at Enterprise Center. And again, it feels like an NCAA regional. It is only the Big East has the longer tenure at a neutral site, tournament site with Madison Square Garden than the Valley has that we have here with the folks at Enterprise Center. We always say there's no March Madness without Arch Madness. Man, this lights the fuse for the rest of the month. But it couldn't be done, and Jeff just alluded to it, without some terrific partners. And he just mentioned the extension with the Enterprise Center. But I'd like to introduce folks at the head table now, because you will see the people that Jeff just kind of alluded to, whose commitment of time and treasure makes Arch Madness and the Missouri Valley Conference possible. To my far right, been with Arch Madness since the first year in 1991. Third year as a presenting sponsor is Encore Global, and Ben Muchagrosso is here tonight, production sales manager at Encore Global. In its 17th year as presenting sponsor of the event and a key member supporting the 34th edition of Arch Madness, with us tonight with Explore St. Louis is Kitty Ratcliffe, president of Explore St. Louis. Also in its 17th year as a presenting sponsor of this banquet is Enterprise Center, home of Arch Madness. And with us tonight is Todd Mitchell, Vice President, General Manager for the Enterprise Center and Stiefel Theater. In its 24th year as the title sponsor of Arch Madness, and Jeff just talked about him, but he has been an extraordinary partner for the Missouri Valley Conference for a quarter century. Joining us tonight is the sponsorship coordinator for State Farm Insurance, John Altoff, and his lovely wife, Mary Beth, who is here seated at the Valley staff table. John Altoff. Now to my far left, the St. Louis radio home of the Missouri Valley Conference in Arch Madness is the Big 550, KTRS. With us tonight is Brendan Wiese, Sports Director of KTRS Radio. In its third year as a corporate partner of Arch Madness and the presenting sponsor of the Larry Bird Trophy, awarded to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Year, is Great Southern Bank. And with us tonight is Matt Sartori, Senior Relationship Manager of Commercial Lending at Great Southern Bank. And earlier today, Jeff alluded to this, a 2-year extension has been announced with Great Southern Bank as the presenting sponsor of the Larry Bird Trophy and the Jackie Stiles trophies through the 25-26 academic year. Please recognize Community Outreach and Development Manager Andrea Brady and the Great Southern Bank team here tonight for their continued support of the Valley. Mention the staff, lean, mean, man, they work hard 12 months out of the year. There's newcomers along with the veterans in there making this tournament awesome. But she's making her Arch Madness debut tonight. The Deputy Commissioner of the Valley, please welcome to America's Renaissance Conference, Jill Redmond. And Jeff's been a leader in doing new programs, and the 23-24 academic term marks the first official year of the conference's community service partnership with the United Way of Greater St. Louis. With us tonight is Michelle Tucker, President and CEO for United Way. It's time now to announce our award winners, but before we do, something happened this year that we just need to all hit the pause button on because it's a phenomenal accomplishment. You see, this league has a 117-year history. Only the Big Ten has been around longer than the Missouri Valley Conference. So when a person becomes the winningest coach in a league's history, in a 117-year history, it deserves mention. On January the 20th, University of Northern Iowa head coach Ben Jacobson secured his 188th Valley victory, surpassing Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame coach Henry P. Iba of Oklahoma A&M, now Oklahoma State, and Ben became the all-time wins leader in the league, and that record stood for 68 years. Let's take a moment to congratulate Jake. Ben Jacobson, the all-time leader in Missouri Valley Conference wins. And now it's time to recognize the on-court accomplishments of our student athletes and our 23-24 Missouri Valley Conference All-Conference Award winners. And one of the things I love about this night is we announce the Scholar Athlete Awards. This league has always valued the development of young men and young women as student athletes so that they can succeed long before, or long after, I should say, their eligibility is up. Yes, we've had pros, but we've had great leaders in communities that have developed in this league and developed in this basketball conference. So it's my pleasure to announce to you, and honor, to announce to you our all-conference Scholar Athlete team. And the first member is a 6'4" senior guard from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Quincy Anderson of the Murray State Racers. And I should have announced this. I'm in trouble with Jack. We're going to hold our applause till I get all of the guys mentioned. So, thank you, Jack. See, Jack's dad. Thank you, Dad. Next, a 6'2" graduate guard from Scottsdale, Arizona, Trent Brown of the Southern Illinois Salukis. A 6'3" junior guard from Bloomington, Indiana, Connor Hickman of the Bradley Braves. A 6'7" junior forward from Belgrade, Serbia, Filip Skobaja from the UIC Flames. A 6'7" sophomore forward from Monroe, North Carolina, Cade Tyson of the Belmont Bruins. And now the 23-24 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Scholar Athlete of the Year, a 4.0 grade point average in the Master's of Science, and working on a Master of Science degree in leadership. Our recipient, a 6'9" senior, guard forward from Tipton, Indiana, Ben Humrickhouse of the Evansville Purple Aces. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our Valley Scholar Athlete team and our State Farm Scholar Athlete of the Year. And Ben, if you don't mind, we're going to just put you over here on the stage. We're going to chat with you in a second. Congratulations. At this time, we also want to recognize the conference's all-freshman team, and all 12 of our coaches need to take a bow for doing a great job of recruiting. When your name is called, come forward to the stage area to accept your award. We'll try to hold our applause, but if your fellas want to go crazy for you, that's cool too. All right, we ain't going to stop it. Our all-freshman team, this is a really talented group. A 6'8" forward from Iceland, Omar Atlason of the Bradley Braves. A 6'5" guard from Detroit, Michigan, Chuck Bailey III of the Evansville Purple Aces. A 5'11" guard from De Pere, Wisconsin, Johnny Kinzinger of the Illinois State Redbirds. A 6'5" guard from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Kevin Overton of the Drake Bulldogs. And now the 2023-24 Freshman of the Year, a 6'9" forward from Overland Park, Kansas, Cooper Schwieger of the Valparaiso Beacons. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for all freshman team and our Freshman of the Year. Coop, don't go far. You're going to join Ben over here on the stage. That's our all-freshman team, and now it's time to recognize our conference's all-newcomer team. When your name is called, same drill. Head up here and Jeff will give you your award. A 6'9" sophomore forward from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Malik Dia of the Belmont Bruins. A 6'7" senior forward from Brooklyn, New York, Miles Foster of the Illinois State Redbirds. Back again, a 6'9" senior guard forward from Tipton, Indiana, Ben Humrickhouse of the Evansville Purple Aces. A 5'10" junior guard from Newburgh, Indiana, Isaiah Swope of the Indiana State Sycamores. And now, our Missouri Valley Conference Newcomer of the Year for 23-24, a 6'4" sophomore guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ryan Conwell of Indiana State. Let's hear it again, ladies and gentlemen, for all newcomer team and the Valley Newcomer of the Year. Okay, Ryan, we'll bring you over here and join the fellas. Pretty awesome group right here. Ben, I'm going to start with you, though. because it's not often you can transfer from an NAIA school and become so successful at the NCAA Division I level. You got to walk us through that process and your ability to get success in that jump.
Yeah, first of all, I want to give thanks to the Lord above. Bunch of credit to Jesus Christ. He's blessed me with the ability to play basketball, and without his grace and mercy, I wouldn't be here. So I want to give that to him first. Next, I mean, the transition was awesome with the University of Evansville. Coach Ragland and his staff is great, and ultimately they instilled a confidence in me that made it really easy to make that transition up, and yeah, it was great. So.
Now, there's some tradition here at the UE table, having the Scholar Athlete of the Year. When you look at the history, Jason Holzinger's had it. Colt Ryan had it 2 years in a row. What does it mean to you to be announced as the Scholar Athlete in this league and to represent your campus?
Yeah, it's a great honor, for sure. I'm here as a basketball player, but I'm also here as a student athlete. So I tell everybody that if you love to learn, you're going to be great at what you do.
Ryan, what a year, man. Well done, my friend. But you had also a transition because you came in from USF, a little bit different than Ben's path. But your thoughts and the transition and how you guys were able to connect so well this year.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give all glory to God. I'm just blessed to even be here today. I want to say I'm just part of a great group of guys, a great coaching staff. I'm just thankful and blessed just to be able to play with them. I feel like, they just helped me to get to where I am today. So,
26 wins. That's a gob. What about the team and how you guys have been able to kind of traverse together? And how cool was it when you cut down the nets on Sunday?
it was definitely great. I feel like we just genuinely love playing with one another. We genuinely love coming into practice every day, just putting in the work. And I feel like we just got to take it day by day, one day at a time, and, it'll all work out. So.
Cooper, going to ask you, Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolf, by the way, right? You guys had a good year, just didn't make state. But I want to ask you what it means, same thing with these two guys, but to be the freshman of the year in a league like this, your reaction to that?
It's an absolute honor. I want to thank all my teammates, my coaches, and, the Valley for giving me this award in the first place. But I want to especially thank Coach Roger Powell for even giving me the opportunity to be here. So I would just say pretty much thank you for him and the whole staff for believing in me and putting me in this position to, get to be here.
And we've seen guys that are in this room that have become kind of linchpins on their campus. What about the opportunity for you to have an impact at Valparaiso, building a career there and ringing that bell?
I think that's what everyone wants, to play right away as a freshman, and I've just been blessed to get the opportunity to do it and have a bunch of guys who believe in me to, go out there and do it. So it's really just, it's not just me, it's everyone. So I just want to thank everyone for believing in me and giving me this opportunity, really.
Now, you mentioned Coach Powell. Is he going to schedule Wright State? Because a lot of you are great basketball fans in the room. You know that Cooper's twin brother plays at Wright State. There's got to be a home and home coming, isn't it?
I'm not the one to ask for that question, but I think that'd be pretty cool.
Who wants to see a home and home? Valpo and Wright State, right? In the non-con, have the twins beat each other up. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause again to our specialty award winners. Ben as Scholar Athlete of the Year, Ryan as Newcomer of the Year, and Cooper as Freshman of the Year. Just awesome to see those guys and the accomplishments that they have made. And now we turn to one of my favorite awards of the night, because I call it the Unselfish Award. And I think everybody on his team would agree with this, because it's the 2023-24 Sixth Man of the Year Award, the award for unselfishness. And it's the 6'6" senior guard from Gainesville, Georgia, Xavier Bledson of the Indiana State Sycamores. Xavier, we're going to put you over on the stage here. We're going to here we go. Xavier's got his own PR team here tonight. Okay, our sixth man of the year. It's awesome. We're going to talk to him in a second. Another one of my favorite things is we honor defense in this league. This is one of the greatest defensive leagues in the country. It's a reason that this league, get this one now, is 12-3 in the first weekend of the NCAA tournament over the past 10 March Madnesses. Because this league defends. These guys at these tables learn, and they're good at it. And when you have an all-defensive team in this league, you're saying something. So I want to announce now our Valley all-defensive team for 23-24. Same drill. When your name's called, Commissioner Jackson will give you your award, and your guys can chop it up for you if they want to. But our 6'1" sophomore guard from Greenville, Tennessee, Jacoby Gillespie of the Belmont Bruins. A 6'8" junior guard forward from Oak Forest, Illinois, Jason Kent of Indiana State. A 6'3" junior guard from Frisco, Texas, Julian Larry of the Indiana State Sycamores. A 6'8" senior guard from Orange, New Jersey, Toby Okani of the UIC Flames. And our Defensive Player of the Year, which is, again, saying something in this league, and he's been terrific for 2 years in a row. From the Netherlands and the Bradley Braves, 6'9" senior forward, Malachi Leons of the Braves. Again, our all-defensive team and our Defensive Player of the Year. We got to hear a little more from these guys because, honestly, probably my two favorite awards, the sixth man and the Defensive Player of the Year. Xavier, I'm going to start with you because it was 3 years ago, and Coach came from Lincoln Memorial, and you came with him. And a lot of us in the league are like, man, Lincoln Memorial. What about that move and believing and coming with Coach and seeing what's happened?
I would just say when he got the job, it was obviously another opportunity to go play D1, and being at this stage in Missouri Valley and betting on myself and knowing that I can compete with these guys. And there's nothing different. It's just playing basketball. That was really my biggest thing coming here.
What about unselfishness from your team? I mean, you guys have 60 more made threes than the next closest team, but you're also some of the leaders in assists. But then you personally, to be unselfish, everybody wants to get their name called and be a starter, but you're like, no, I'm good with it. Talk about unselfishness in your program.
For me, it's more about winning the game. So, like, whatever situation I'm in, either that's coming in, hitting shots, playing defense, doing whatever I got to do to win the game. That's honestly my biggest mindset coming in the game. So just finding different ways to impact the game. That's honestly what I'm built myself on and pride myself on, and that's what I do for the guys.
Man, outstanding. I'm going to give a shot at this, Malachi. Gefeliciteerd? Is that close?
That's correct.
Dutch for congratulations. It's Dutch for congratulations. Now I'm doing Duolingo in German, but I'm not doing it in Dutch, so hopefully I was close.
No, that's good.
Your pride in your defense. When I look here, 50 steals, 45 blocks. That's uncommon to have that many blocks and that many steals. But talk about your progress as a defender, because this is 2 times in a row now you've won this award.
Yeah, my first year trying to buy in what the coach has taught me and apply it as best as possible and try my hardest every game. And the results show it.
I want to ask you about team defense, though, too, because Coach emphasizes it. You're statistically the best defensive team in the league and one of the best in the country. What about you working with your teammates collectively on team defense?
It's just important that we like communicate with each other and they tell me where to be and what to do, and we trying to stay connected on that end of the court.
Two outstanding players. Our unselfish man of the year here and our defensive player of the year. Congratulations, Xavier. Congratulations, Malavi. How many of you guys have learned Dutch, by the way, over the last 2 years? None of us. That's good. Way to go. Good job. You get extra credit. You get 3 extra hours. Thought Coach might require it. Anyway, two outstanding players. Now it's time we pivot to our all-conference honorees, and we're going to start with our third team. Again, same deal. Come up, as I announce your name, come up and get your award from Commissioner Jackson. Our third team, All Valley, starts with a 6'9" sophomore forward from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Malik Dia of the Belmont Bruins. A 6'3" junior guard from Bloomington, Indiana, Connor Hickman of the Bradley Braves. A 6'5" junior guard from Lake City, Minnesota, Nate Heisey of the UNI Panthers. A 6'3" junior guard from Frisco, Texas, Julian Larry of the Indiana State Sycamores. And a 6'2" junior guard from Phoenix, Arizona, Alston Mason of the Missouri State Bears. Looking good. Nice long walk because you're looking smooth. That's good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our third team, All Missouri Valley Conference choice. Now let's meet our second team from the Valley, all-conference squad. Same deal. I announced your name. We got it figured out by now, because Commissioner Jackson's waiting to give you your award. The second team, a 6'4" sophomore guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ryan Conwell of the Indiana State Sycamores. A 6'1" sophomore guard from Greenville, Tennessee, Jacoby Gillespie of the Belmont Bruins. A 6'8" junior guard forward from Oak Forest, Illinois, Jason Kent of the Indiana State Sycamores. A 5'10" junior guard from Newburgh, Indiana, Isaiah Swope of the Indiana State Sycamores. And a 6'7" sophomore forward from Monroe, North Carolina, Cade Tyson of the Belmont Bruins. Let's hear it later. Oh, here we come. Sorry, my bad. Let's hear it again for the 23-24 Valley All-Conference second team. As you can see, there's a lot of talent in this league, man, a lot of good young talent. But now it's time to meet the best of the best. The 23-24 Valley First Team All-Conference squad. And again, come up and receive your award from Commissioner Jackson as I give your name. First, he led all centers in assists. He's a triple-double waiting to happen every night. A 6'10 sophomore center from Oak Forest, Illinois, Robbie Avila of the Indiana State Sycamores. A 6'10 graduate forward from Newark, New Jersey, coming off a double-double monster, 18 points, 18 boards, Darnell Brody of the Drake Bulldogs. A dog of dogs. A 5'8 senior guard from Shreveport, Louisiana, 9 made threes in a game this year, Duke Dean of the Bradley Braves. One of the top free throw shooters in America, making a bid, third player to lead the Valley in scoring and assists. A 6'1 graduate guard from Germantown, Maryland, Xavier Johnson of the Southern Illinois Salukis. A 6'9 senior forward from the Netherlands, Malavi Leons of the Bradley Braves. Since 2021, Springfield, Missouri-based Great Southern Bank has recognized the importance of our next award, and we're grateful to have Matt Sartori from Great Southern Bank with us tonight to present our honor with Commissioner Jackson. Because it's time now to announce our 23-24 Larry Bird Trophy recipient, presented by Great Southern Bank. This young man joins Valley royalty with this selection. Now keep in mind, over the last 2 years, he's had 28 20-point games. He has had 6 30-point performances, including 39 in a game just days ago. Here's why it's historic. He's just the 10th player in the 117-year history of this conference, joining people like Junior Bridgman of Louisville, Larry Bird of Indiana State, and Hersey Hawkins of Bradley, to be a 2-time Player of the Year winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Larry Bird Trophy for this year, presented by Great Southern Bank, 6'7 junior forward from Waukee, Iowa, Tucker DeVries of the Drake Bulldogs. Again, first team, Tucker. He's also coming off another big double-double, 29 points on Sunday, double-digit boards. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. First and foremost, I want to thank God for allowing me to do what I love to do. I feel incredibly blessed to be here and have the opportunity to compete with so many great players and coaches in this room. I have a lot of respect for everyone here and how hard we all work and love to compete. It's what makes this league so special. I also want to congratulate Indiana State on their conference championship. There are so many good teams in this league, which says a lot about the season they were able to have. Thank you to all my teammates. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for them. We have an awesome group of guys, and I truly enjoy every minute we get to spend together. I would like to thank my coaches, strength coach, and trainer for going above and beyond at their jobs to help us become successful. Not only do they work incredibly hard at what they do, but they truly care about us both on and off the court. I would also like to thank President Martin and Athletic Director Brian Harden for your support in our team. Our administration has had a huge impact on our college experience. Next, I'd like to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister Tatum, and to all my extended family. Thanks for your support through it all. I can always count on you guys to be there for me. Lastly, I'd just like to wish everybody good luck this week and congrats on another regular season. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Tucker. And he still has a losing record against his sister in horse. 1,045 to 1859, I think was the latest in the tally. There was a moment, in being in this league and loving this league, there was a moment that I'll never ever forget, and it was at the Holman Center, and I was broadcasting the game, and there was a chair right across from me at midcourt because they were waiting for Larry Bird to arrive. And he came in right before tip, and the place was sold out. And the late Royce Waltman had a team, man. He had a team. Went on to win games in the NCAA tournament. But Indiana State won the Valley that night, and I will never forget it. But they haven't won the Valley since then until now. And on Sunday, with their victory over Murray State, they cut down the nets, and Commissioner Jackson was able to give them the Missouri Valley Conference trophy. We need to honor and recognize the first Indiana State champion, the third in school history in the Valley, but the first in 24 years. A really good 26-win, one seed in the tournament. Give it up for your champions, the Indiana State Sycamores. They lived up to their fight song of marching on and marching on. And the Wabash Valley was full of excitement again. But it's time now to announce our 23-24 Coach of the Year. Selected by a vote of the league's head coaches, sports information directors, and media compiled at the end of the regular season after Sunday's games. Third year in the league. Second year he's led the team to a 20-win season. But this year, 26 victories and only 5 losses. He got the Valley and the Indiana State program back into the top 25. Tough 20 games in this league, and he won 17 of them. He becomes the 4th individual in his school's history to receive the Valley's top coaching honor, and the first, ironically, since the late Royce Waltman did it 24 years ago. It is with great pleasure and honor that I announce to you the Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year, the coach of the regular season champions, the coach of the Indiana State Sycamores, Josh Schertz.
Let me start real quick. First, we were debating at the table. I've been able to fortunately kind of fly under the radar for most of my career and even these first 3 years. So most of the announcers, or at least half the announcers in the league, still call me John Schertz instead of Josh Schertz. So there's actually a parody account, John Schertz, real coach, and so I get the John Schertz, and then they always try to kind of, if they don't know who I am, then they pan to the bench to try to show who the coaches are. So like Coach Jacobson, Coach DeVries, Coach Wardle, those guys, they're obviously really well known. For me, they're panning the bench, and I have obviously I have an affinity for other coaches that are follically challenged. And so you look down my bench, almost everybody's bald, so they have no idea who's who, and they're just looking for a short, bald guy. And almost always they wind up on Coach Furr, who ironically his first name really is John. And he's like my much older looking, not nearly as handsome brother, right? And so they do him. So we were wondering if we sent him up instead of me, would anybody notice? But they made me come up here and do this. So no, thank you. It is nice to finally be recognized. Been carrying these guys all year long. I mean, you know, it's been hard. It's been hard. I mean, you know, it may look easy. You got 5 all-conference guys and 6 man of the year. You may say, man, that's pretty easy. You guys try coaching Robbie Abel, a total prima donna, you know, and so I have to coach him every day. Conwell, Kent, Larry. I mean, those guys, a lot of divas in that group. So it's been hard. No, this is a group that, you know, finally I couldn't screw up. So just too many good players. But in all seriousness, truly an honor to receive this award. It's humbling because everybody else who was awarded something tonight actually did stuff. And, you know, as a coach, I learned very early, you know, you're completely dependent upon the talent and the character of the people you recruit and the people that you hire. And so, you know, this is an award that belongs to a lot of people, and all of those ones sitting in front of me. All starts with our players. The work they've done. The players do the work. The players do the winning. There's no question about that. I've been incredibly lucky to have a group like this. The work they do, the selflessness, the sacrifice, they let me coach them hard. You know, they sacrifice one another. They're everything that's right about college sports, and I'm so incredibly lucky to be a part of this. You know, players win games. You can never, as a coach, you can only lose games. Your players win games, and I'm so lucky to have the opportunity to coach this group. And, you know, for being totally transparent, both Robbie and Jabo coach a heck of a lot more than I do. So they do a great job of really running the team. My job's pretty easy. If players are the lifeblood of a program, your assistants and staff are the backbone. There's no question about that. Those guys, a lot of times they go unnoticed, but this award is really like a staff of the year, team of the year type thing, and I'm so lucky to work alongside of what I think is as good a staff as there is in the country. Matthew Graves, Justin Furr, Antone Gray, Rob Gardner, Alex Peebler, and our GAs, Jason Fang, Jeremiah Keene, Zane Latta. We have an incredible staff. Those guys prop me up, make me look good, and they do the lion's share of the work. Trust me, they'll tell you if you ask them as well. But they do. They're an incredible staff, and I'm so lucky to work alongside of them. Last but certainly not least, to my wife Natalia, she's been an extraordinary partner in this deal, and all of us that coach know if you marry the wrong woman, this could be a brutally tough deal, and I couldn't have lucked out any better. Our coaching has been a true partnership. Your impact in all areas of the program is immense. So appreciative of everything you've done for me and our program. You know, I've been blessed, not necessarily, you know, from a genetics or physical standpoint, but in the ways that matter. You know, as you know, as a father, as a husband, certainly as a coach and as a man, I've had it far better than I deserve. Thank you to you. I love you and everybody up in these first few tables, not necessarily you guys, but over here. Love you guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for letting me coach you. Thank you for being making it so much fun to come to work every single day. Look forward to seeing everybody in a great tournament, and we'll see you guys starting tomorrow.
Congratulations, Coach, and congratulations on your team. And good luck in the tournament. It's going to be something. It's going to be outstanding. We just mentioned the three top seeds have 72 wins, and 4 and 5 are sitting at 19. So it's going to be a great Arch Madness. Again, another huge thank you to what this night means. And thank you to Commissioner Jackson and all the Valley staff for making this happen. To see the fellas dressed up and understanding the pride that exists in this league is important for every day that you attack, not just this tournament, but beyond it. Congratulations once again to all of our award winners. Thanks for coming tonight, and let the madness begin. Thank you.